I, 26M, asked my girlfriend's 25F friend to stop messing with his girl on our double date. Now my girlfriend is upset with me and I'm not sure how to handle this whole situation. What do I do? I'm sorry, I realize the title may be a bit confusing. The other day my girlfriend and I went on a date with a couple that she is friends with. I've met them a few times, but I don't know them that well. My girlfriend was hoping that we would all hit it off so that we could do stuff with them more. We first all went to grab dinner. It was okay. We got along fairly well. I did notice that the way he treated her was really rude and ugly though. He would point out things that she did and called her stupid a lot. I know when couples are joking and this didn't seem like that. My girlfriend and I will occasionally mess with each other. That wasn't what this was. He had a fun time putting her down and there was no enjoyment from her. It was awkward. She looked so sad and embarrassed. After dinner we went to some bars. She went to order a drink and he said no, I'll order for you. You always are flirting with the bartender. I don't trust you. He ended up ordering her a Coke while everyone else had cocktails. She looked miserable. After he had a few drinks he was behaving even worse. He was grabbing and trying to kiss her when it was clear that she wanted nothing to do with it. She tried to walk away but he didn't let her. He grabbed her wrist and said, "You're not going anywhere BTCH." She started looking even more upset to the point where tears were in her eyes. I finally said, "Hey, let her go. It's clear that she doesn't want this. Stop being a jerk." He got upset and cussed me out for trying to tell him what to do with his girl. I thought he was going to mess with me more but people started noticing him causing a scene so he walked out and grabbed his girl. On the way home I could tell my girlfriend was upset. I finally asked her what was wrong. She explained how she was really embarrassed about what I did and that their friendship might now be ruined. I said I was just trying to help as she looked really uncomfortable. She said that it was none of my business and that she could have handled it herself if she really didn't like it. I dropped her off and she hasn't wanted to see me since. I'm worried this may ruin our own relationship in some way. Should I apologize to my girlfriend? I don't feel like I'm in the wrong but at the same time I understand that she's upset with me. Should I do something about the girl's boyfriend? Do I report him? I'm trying to figure out if my relationship is even worth saving. I feel like my girlfriend should have been supportive of me in this situation. What do I do here? I'm at a loss. Too long didn't read. I interfered on a double date because the boyfriend was mistreating his girl. Now my girlfriend is upset with me. Your girlfriend is colluding with the domestic violence you two were witnessing because she is afraid of losing her friend. You did what you thought was right, and it was a caring thing to do. The difficult thing is that her friend might get hurt more because of the abusive boyfriend being called out. However, that doesn't seem to be the issue. Your girlfriend exposed you to domestic violence without even letting you know about the dynamic. It also seems like there wasn't some goal of helping her friend, etc. Your GF really owes you an apology for multiple reasons, including how she has treated you since. I'd consider ending this if she believes her behavior has been justified in such an extreme situation. Edit, typos. No, her friend is the guy, not the girl. Read the title. She's not worried that her girlfriend could be hurt more for calling this out. She cares about keeping her relationship with her guy friend who is an abuser and not rocking the boat with him. That is extremely fucked up. Your girlfriend should apologize to you. You did the right thing standing up for that poor girl. He grabbed her arm and called her a bitch. That's way out of line. Who would want to keep a friendship with an abuser? The fact that she cares more about not rocking the boat with this ass than she does about him basically assaulting his girlfriend in front of you doesn't say anything good about your girlfriend. You did the right thing and she is at best a selfish coward. That poor girl, you were amazing to stand up for her. I can't believe your GF isn't applauding you for what you did. A lot of other people would just keep quiet to avoid a scene. If she doesn't want to speak to you again over this, then I really think you shouldn't chase after her. It's a big red flag that she seems to think her friend wasn't being abused. I fail to see how you're the problem when your girlfriend is the one who is perfectly okay being friends with an abuser. My 31F husband, 31M, has been sexting on Facebook and I keep finding more signs of infidelity. I'm 20 weeks pregnant, together over 5 years, married 14 months. We have a 4-year-old and are expecting another in February. I've never felt the need to be a hovering wife. I don't go through his phone or anything. I've always trusted him completely. The other morning, I unlocked the iPad, his Facebook was up and I saw a message with someone from the night before. It appears this person was random, but it was so easy for him to pull out his DCK and start masturbating for them in exchange for their videos. Velp, he effed up because the person he was talking to scammed him and had recorded his video, telling him they were going to send it to all of his contacts, his job, etc., unless he paid them $3,500. He blocked this person and nothing had happened. Yet, he put me and his children at risk of being publicly humiliated in our small town. I feel I had reason to start snooping, so I did. I found an email to reset his password on Kik from the end of June. He denied knowing anything about it for 2 hours, then admitted that he did request a password change. He claims he had downloaded the app for porn. I'm not privy to Kik, but I'm pretty sure he would only use this app for sexting. After searching his username online, I also found an account using his distinct username on MeetMe. He swears it's not him. I don't believe a fucking word out of his mouth. I'm disgusted and embarrassed but unsure of what to do next. I think I'm still in shock. I look at our son and don't want him to hurt by divorcing his father. But how can I move on from this absolute disillusion of trust? TL Doctor, husband has been sexting randoms behind pregnant wife's back. Not sure what to do. This happened to a friend of mine. She was 8 months pregnant when she found out her husband was cheating her. She went through 3 rounds of IVF to get pregnant second child. Divorce was the only option for her and she is now, a few years later, engaged to a wonderful man with 2 kids of his own. They are literally made for each other. Be strong and stand up for yourself. You'll be happier in the long run. Your son will be better off with divorced parents than he will if he grows up knowing about his father's infidelities, and he will almost certainly know. Your husband is never going to stop cheating, and kids pick up on this kind of thing remarkably quickly. I'm sorry you're going through this. This is a very difficult situation to be in, considering you have a child already and are currently pregnant. I would suggest he needs to immediately agree to marriage counseling. It is perfectly acceptable to be pissed and to leave him, but the counseling can help either way. If you are going to divorce, you will need a plan in place. Keep proof of all infidelity that you can and do not get rid of it even if you decide to stay with him. Is he sorry? Is he actively trying to show you he's sorry? He should also remove all of those profiles and remove a password from his phone. Not so you can snoop, but to prove he has nothing to hide. This is a chance for both of you to prove you trust each other. Him showing he isn't screwing up and you resisting checking up on him. That's if you even want to stay. Good luck, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. Stay strong for the little ones, you got this. As a child product of a painful divorce when I was young, please do not let the children stop you from doing what is right. Staying together for the kids is not a good idea, and though it feels so heavy, like you are throwing a whole life away, you are really showing the strength to begin the life you and your kids deserve. His behavior sounds like one he needs help for: lying, cheating, hiding. By staying out of comfort, you are showing your children that it's okay to accept bad behavior. You are willingly letting a man raise them whose morals are suspect, and you will spend your life hiding his misdeeds from them. I lived in that house. Kids pick up on everything. Do them the favor of doing the right thing. Maybe start with counseling. See if you can work together to fix this, but your husband needs to be the one doing the work, and if he doesn't, say goodbye. I think divorce is a lot easier the younger the kid is. My brothers and I didn't have the same issues that our older friends did. Obviously Reddit is going to tell you to leave him because that's what it does. Only you know what your whole situation is like. Can you afford to live on your own? Can you live with always wondering if he's being unfaithful? I personally couldn't be with my husband anymore if he did that, but I could also move back in with my mum easily. If you have proof of what he's done, save it, but know that some places don't look favorably on spouses looking into the other person's phone. I would get a consultation with a lawyer to see what your options are. That may be free depending on where you are. Then get a therapist if you can afford it. Whether you stay with him or not, this is gonna mess with you for a while. Lastly, I am so sorry. You've been dealt a sucky hand that you don't deserve. My 19F boyfriend's 20M mom asked me to break up with him. When I said no, she asked us never to see each other until the pandemic is over because she hopes we break up before then. I've been with my boyfriend for over a year and his mom hated me from the start. Keep in mind that we've never met in person and we talked for the first time a few days ago. She thinks I'm a bad influence on her son because I come from a poor, traumatic background and have no good family relations. Her opinion of me never got too much in the way until now, when I decided to live in the same city as my college and my boyfriend happens to live 20 miles away. My boyfriend lives with his mom because he's doing school online, pandemic. In July, I went from being 5,000 miles away from him to 60. When he asked his mom about visiting me in August, she was against it, but he decided to go against her will and see me for a week as we hadn't seen each other in person in 6 months. When he got back, his mom was depressed and angry and it affected his mental health badly. A few days ago, he asked his mom if he could visit me every other week once I moved into the new city. His mom then FT'd me asking me to break up with him because she doesn't like me. We had an hour-long conversation, but basically, she said she didn't want her son to be in a serious relationship because he's young. She also said she sacrificed everything to come to the US so her son can get a good education and she's disappointed that her son wound up with me. She gaslighted me for most of the conversation, telling me to think of her saying that I am impulsive and irresponsible for moving to a new apartment, and then using the pandemic as an excuse for me being selfish about wanting to see her son. I say excuse because she asked us not to see each other until the pandemic was over, and I asked her if it was because she was worried for her son's health or if it was because she didn't like me. She then said, truthfully, it's because I want you to break up. My boyfriend intends to listen to his mom about not seeing me and believes that is the best scenario. His mom will be happy and we can still date. He doesn't want to go through seeing his mom depressed again because he defied her last time. He is optimistic about finding some way around it so we can at least see each other in the spring. Even so, I don't realistically expect to see him until maybe summer, and that's on really limited terms because his mom truly dislikes me. I don't know if I can go through living so close to him but not being allowed to see him for 7+ months. For context, my boyfriend is really close to his mom and they've really only had each other for most of their lives. He's single and divorced twice, I believe, and my boyfriend has said that her happiness depends on him, so he's pretty conflicted as well. I will probably send this post over to him so he can see the replies. Too long didn't read. My boyfriend's mom hates me, doesn't want me to see him in person until COVID's over, and we're obeying her wishes. So, what should I do? What are my options? I'm not sure if I should stand by my boyfriend's decision, keep fighting to see him, find a different compromise, or walk away. Edit, for all those asking, they're Korean. In case anyone else hasn't mentioned it, look up Enmeshed and Emotional Husband. He's deep in the fog and is putting his mom before you. Don't see him continuing to date you as you winning or him choosing you. He's putting her emotional well-being before yours. He's putting hers before his, and she always will, because punishing him keeps him in line. That's a difficult dynamic to break. Your boyfriend's mother does not like you, and at this point it's likely she never will. She had told your boyfriend not to see you and he took her side. Her happiness is more important than yours. Just think on that. I wouldn't consider seeing each other once every 6 months a relationship. I say break up and revisit when you can actually see each other. I don't think this guy is in a position to maintain a healthy romantic relationship. I wouldn't waste your time on him. Honestly, I'm sure he's an otherwise good guy, but you don't want a mama's boy who will choose his mother's narc/borderline temper tantrums over you because it's momentarily convenient. Don't dump him because his mother wants it. Take a break and hope he grows up and grows a pair really soon. JMO. He's 20, and she doesn't want him to be in a serious relationship. I guess she means, she doesn't want him to be in a serious relationship with someone who isn't herself. I could understand if you both lived under her roof and had plans to make a million babies with no jobs, education, unstable future. But she honestly sound more like a just normal.